Hi, welcome to Wisdomer's first live session. And this live session, we are very new to this live session. Let me check once. We know today it's festival and very welcome and very hearty happy Dasara to all of you and very welcome to Wisdomer's community. So we are not going to take much time today. From today onwards, we thought that to start our live sessions. So what we are going to do in this live session? What's the need of this live session? That we are going to discuss in this live session. After 1 week, we are going to start our actual live sessions. Meanwhile, whoever watched this live session, please put a comment, because we are going to discuss so many things and we need your survey. Based on the survey, we are going to decide what we have to start. So that's why this is our first live session. In this session, we need to discuss what we are going to do in the coming next year in this live session. So coming to this, placement training, BTech first semester. All the students, all the first year students, this live session is very, very important for BTech first year student. This is exclusive for BTech first year student, first year first sem student. Because placement training, from our previous 5 years, we have created a lot of content and many of the students have studied at Wisdomers. And from our feedback from our previous students, what they have said, because they know how to study for placement in the final year BTech, but the time they have, the time available for them in the final year is very, very less. From the first year, second year, they miss the placement training, and by the time they come to the third year, even though they started placement training, it's already late. So these are the complaints which we got from our previous batches. So that's why we want to start our placement training from the first year, first sem itself. Those who really want to learn coding and want to develop their own web applications, and those who are interested in developing agentic AI applications. For them, these live sessions are very, very helpful. Now coming to, I want to explain few things for first year BTech students. If you are not a first year BTech student, even though you can listen this completely, and please put your comment, and if you know any students in the first year, please share it to your first year BTech students, and you can check our content. Complete computer science content is available here, and we are going to update our content, and we are going to place so many practice tests soon in our website wisdomers.in. Please visit our website wisdomers.in. There you can take the practice tests also. So please share it. That is going to be very helpful for us. Now, see why placement training is needed in the first year BTech itself. See, many of the students, they think that students have this attitude that they think that I can manage placement training, I can do the placement questions in the final year, I can start it in the third year, like that. So many of the students, they are going to think like that. But this is not the correct way. See, if you want to climb a tree, you have to climb step by step. If you want to get knowledge, you need to get it step by step. You cannot jump onto the third step or fourth step at a time. That is not going to happen for any student. Not only you, even though if I want to learn a new thing, I want to take it from the basics onwards. This is the point so many students are going to miss. So that's why placement training is needed from first year onwards, first year, first sem onwards. So in this regard, we are going to start placement training for first year, first sem students. And you need to understand why we have conducted these live sessions. Why not fixed content. We are doing videos, so many videos, and we are uploading videos. Why not like that? Why these live sessions? Because BTech students in the first year, they are having so many confusions. Because in the live sessions, we can do live chatting and we can understand your problems. Then according to your requirement, we can give guidance and we can suggest you how to read, how to study, where to study. All those things we can do. All these things are needed in order to make the students self-learning capability. This is the first motive of these live sessions. Because see, any student, BTech is your last education. Most of the students will stop after BTech. They go for job. Only few students they will go for MTech and higher studies. So for 90% of the students, this is the last. See, one point you have to remember, by the time you complete your second year BTech, if you are not capable of self-learning computer science, then what's the use of this education? Education means that you must have that self-learning capability. In order to get that self-learning capability, you need to have some basic concepts, strong basics. So how to study those basics, where you have to work hard, how to get that easily to increase your capability to do self-learning. All these things we are going to discuss in these live sessions, and along with the subject we are going to discuss all this. So now this is the basic motive. Self-learning is the primary goal of these live sessions. So every student has to understand this. Self-learning is the primary goal. So we are very new to this live session. So soon we are going to adjust all these. We will get used to this. Okay. Now, second thing, many of the students will have confusions. In order to avoid that confusions, we want to provide this live session. Third one, see, 90% of the students, what they do in the first year BTech, they will learn the subject, but that is not in the practical way. They will by heart the subject. That is not at all required in BTech. If you want to be good at placement, you must need hands-on experience from the first year itself. So our live sessions, here we are going to provide hands-on experience. In each live session, we are going to explain a concept. We will ask you a question, and in the live session you have to complete that, and same like physical classes. Whatever the way we go in the physical classes, we will give assignments, we will give coding tests. In the live you have to update, we will get and update the code in the chatting, we can do discussions. Like that we are going to do in these live sessions. So these are the things which we are going to provide. And one more important point, important subjects in first year BTech first semester. First year BTechs. These things you need to understand. Some universities, they are going to start C programming in the first semester and data structures in the second semester. And few universities, from 2 years onwards, few universities are offering a Python course in the first semester and data structures in the second semester. See, the important point you need to understand, C programming. Some universities are missing C programming. They are directly starting from Python, but this is a bad practice according to us. Anyhow, we are going to teach C programming. What's the advantages of learning C programming? You need to understand. We hope all of you, the 2025 batch is a AI generation BTech students. Means you need more logical skills and you need a complete understanding on computer science. Then only you can work in artificial intelligence. Means what's the complete understanding of computer science? Means you need to have some basic understanding on hardware, you need to understand coding, you need to understand operating system, you need to understand cloud, you need to understand data, you need to understand analytics, you need to understand machine learning. All of them on a whole, on a combined, if you had the understanding about all these subjects, then only you are able to work in artificial intelligence. So it's not easy. You cannot cope up all those subjects in final year itself. So that's why for artificial intelligence generation, placement training is very much needed from the first year, first semester onwards. Now coming to C programming. So why we need to study C programming? C programming is very, very important because if you study C programming, in the C programming, you will have a clear understanding about memory, how the memory is provided in hardware, and how we build coding, and how we are going to write coding on the memory, how we are going to access the data from the memory. These things you are going to understand very, very much in C programming. Is it really required in this artificial intelligence generation that understanding of memory and the coding is very much needed? Yes, it is very much needed. You know, 30% of the jobs as of now is on C++. Without understanding C, you don't understand C++. Not only for artificial intelligence. Suppose if you got a job on suppose if you got job on IoT, most of the IoT devices, IoT processors, microprocessors, you are going to do coding on C++. Python is there, C++ is there. You don't know where you are going to do the job. You cannot guess the future whether you are going to get job in Python or C. So that's why you must be very much ready for all the languages. And this deeper understanding about memory level understanding of coding is very much needed in understanding the hardware subjects, digital logic design and computer organization. Compiler design, they are going to provide you a deeper understanding about how hardware and compilers. Yes, for artificial intelligence generation, this hardware understanding is also needed. Don't think that hardware is not belonging to computer science. You must have a basic idea, that's enough. No need to design the hardware. You need to have a basic understanding about how to use the hardware, like that. How our programming is going to be executed in the hardware. These are the things minimum required for computer science student. Because see, initially when you get a job in artificial intelligence stream, then initially you are going to work on data. But as you go on, as you are moving to the higher levels, if you are becoming team lead, if you are becoming project manager, definitely you have to build the systems. In order to run the artificial intelligence, you need to build the systems. Means you need to think about how much hardware is required for building this application, what type of hardware is required, how much speed this hardware is executing. Like that, you need to analyze so many things on hardware. If you are not good at basics about hardware in BTech, how you are going to think about that hardware in your industry? It's not possible because you don't have knowledge. Without knowledge, how you are going to think about that? When you start thinking about hardware, then only you can combine hardware and software. You can think like a project manager. Those who had that capability to think like a project manager, they only move on to the higher stages in your industry. So that's why hardware understanding is also needed. This level of hardware understanding will come from C programming. So that's why C programming is very, very important. After that, once you are good at C programming, The next subject you need to good at data structures. This entire applications are completely dependent on data structures. If you want to build an application, at least you must start thinking in data structures. Then only you can build efficient applications. So that's why these two subjects are very, very important, and you need to have a deeper understanding about these two subjects. So how much deeper it's required, all those things we are going to discuss soon in our coming live sessions. So we are going to give so many challenges and you have to complete those challenges. Like that we go on. As of now, you need to understand this. What's the importance of C programming and data structure? But anyhow, if your university is not offering C programming, it's not possible to study C programming separately. So why we are conducting this first live session is, we need to, from our subscribers and viewers, I want to understand how many of them are interested in starting C programming. Then we move on to the data structures in the next semester. Up to December, we are having a first semester. After that, we are having second semester. How many of you are interested in learning C programming, then data structures? You please put a comment. That is what we needed. If most of them are interested in C programming and data structures, we are going to start C programming and data structures. If most of them are interested in Python and data structures, then we will start Python, then we move on to data structures. So as from Wisdomers, what we are going to do, even though if we start Python, as we know the importance of hardware understanding, that level of understanding we are going to provide in Python also. That's extra topics we are going to cover, and we will give some intuition on how this is going to be executed in memory level, what happens in C programming, how C programming will do, how Python will do. These differences we are going to explain and make you understand that memory level understanding also. We want to provide that, because that's very important for understanding hardware, and not only for hardware. If you are good at hardware, you are going to understand operating system. If you are good at operating system, you are going to understand how cloud OS is going to be built. All those things you are going to get. These live sessions are exclusive for first year BTech students. Please share it to all the first year BTech students and build a good big community. This is artificial intelligence generation. We do fun in online. We play video games online. We do chatting online. Why not education? That is what our motto is. Yes, you can do education online. You can learn subjects online. So you can do anything online. Why not education? So in this regard, we are going to provide not only that, there are so many benefits you are going to get with online education. In this video, we are not going to discuss about that. Whenever it's required, and we are going to suggest you how to go online, why online education is good, how you can use this online education. All those things we are going to discuss in our later live sessions. As of now, we are stopping it here. And the next thing, you please put your comment whether we have to start C programming or Python programming. Based on that, we are going to start that. After 1 week, we are going to start our live sessions. Weekly, we are going to provide 2 live sessions according to the requirement. If it is more required, we will go for 3 live sessions. Like that, according to the requirement, minimum 2 live sessions. After completion of each live session, we are going to provide some material, some quizzes, and we are going to provide some challenges. You have to complete those challenges, all those things. Now, the second requirement which we need to understand before we move on to C programming or Python programming, first thing, number system concepts are very much needed. So before moving to the programming concepts, number systems means 2's complement method, binary number system, hexadecimal number system, hexa, like that. these concepts are very much important before we move on to the programming concepts. So if you are good at this number system concept, please put the comment whether we need to start from number system or we need to start directly from programming. See, if everyone asks about start from a number system, we are going to start it from number system. If we'll see what happens, how many comments we are going to get. So that's why we are going to give you 1 week time. Please share it with everyone and please build a big community so that everyone will get benefited with these live sessions. And you please check our content. Almost all the computer science important subjects we already made the content, and soon we are going to provide full stack web development, and we already started Android app development. Then we are going to discuss about AI based agentic AI development. We move on slowly. So all this content on all this we do along with batch 2025. So that's why, and you give some suggestions whether our live session is it good for you. Means video, is there any lag you are getting, or is there any audio disturbances you are getting, and is the screen visible properly, whether the size that we mentioned on the screen, is it enough or not. You please put the comment because we want to change them. Your comments are going to be very, very helpful for us. So this is what we want to explain you today. Anyhow, at the end we are going happy Dasara for all of you. And please share it with everyone, and this is what we need to explain. So we are going to close the live session for today. So based on the comments, we will let you know whether we are starting Python programming or C programming based on the comments which we got. So in a week we are going to start the live sessions. Thank you for all of you. Have a great day. Thank you.